All right, man. We back, episode 2,
Yes,
R&R
sir.
podcast, man, where the X's and O's meet real world experiences. I'm your co-host, Richard Daniels.
And I'm your other host, Rodney White. Got a special guest on today, Josh Pittman.
Man,
So
Josh, how you doing, bro?
God bless, man. Always good, man. I'm just happy to be a part. That's it.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, listen, man, I'm excited, man. I did my extensive background research, right? Like, you got to go back and find a bunch of stuff because the internet don't, Man, listen, I'm digging through files. I'm like, hey, Josh was a damn hooper, man. Like, you know it and you see it, but then when you start reading up, you're like, hey, this is crazy, man. So
facts.
just kind of, introducing a little bit, man. Josh Pittman, a graduate of East Forsyth. Listen, accolades are crazy, man. Two-time Metro 4A conference all tournament team or all conference selection. Let's see, ended up going to UNC-Asheville. Josh, tell us a little bit about that. And after that, I'm going to kind of go into the later part of that, but tell us about just your selection process of going and picking UNC-Asheville.
Well, honestly, man, I didn't really make varsity until my junior year, and from there, playing with travel ball Winston Lake Lakers. That was the only travel ball team in
Yeah,
the that time.
yeah,
We had some really good teams. Finished fifth one year, seventh in the nation one year, and it kind of started taking off my senior year when I was, God bless, player of the year in the conference. And
yeah,
so I still didn't have a lot of offers because, like I tell the kids these days, if you don't do your schoolwork,
yeah,
then you're going to be in a position that I was in where I had to take geometry and algebra 2 at the same time
yeah.
and get an SAT score. So it was
Mm-hmm.
kind of like the look there, but the offers wasn't there because they wasn't sure I was going to make the scores. But when I got the scores, UNC-Asheville was one of like the first ones to come to the house. They was always consistent at coming to games.
Yeah,
I mean, I was just like, all right. I had A&T, I had UNC-Asheville. I wanted something fresh. We had a good class coming in, so I was like, I'm going up the mountain and then let's
yeah,
see what. And I
yeah,
went up there, man. It was history.
yeah,
I,
yeah.
I wasn't staying around here. I tell you that much.
So our first guest, of course, was Monty Gray, and then I had to put two and two together. So I'm like, okay, when you see you, Josh, sometimes, and I don't want Gray to take this the wrong way, but you see, it doesn't look like y'all are in high school at the same time. Like, Monty has kind of been the coach for a
Right.
long time. We've always known him as Coach Gray, and so I didn't realize that y'all were actually at East Forsyth at the same time.
Yeah, he was 2 years ahead of me. Yep.
Yeah, so that's dope, man. To have two teammates, and then, or I don't know if y'all played on the team at the same time, but definitely classmates, same high school.
hmm
Rod is another East Forsyth.
Yeah, we all over the place.
Everywhere we everywhere. We everywhere.
East Forsyth, all on the R&R podcast. So man, I think that's really good. You ended up Big South Player of the Year,
hmm
um, and then actually got your you're in the Hall of Fame. I'm sorry, in the Hall of Fame for Big South and UNC Asheville. So tell us a little bit about that. I know that was kind of after you graduated and went on to play and stuff. So just kind of tell us a little bit about getting into the Hall of Fame, yeah, because it's at the same year, right?
Yeah. It was odd, man. It was like just stepping back. We lost our Coach Will. He went to Middle Tennessee State
Okay.
my sophomore year. After my
Okay.
sophomore, we had a really good year, first winning season as a D1 school,
Yeah.
and then we had Eddie Biedenbach, old North Carolina State guy, come
Yeah.
in. He brought in David Thompson.
Yeah.
So I beat David Thompson, and he was like, "I think this is the coach for you." So back then we had no internet or nothing like that. Wasn't no
Yeah.
social like
Yeah.
this. A whole bunch of conversation. We talking about late '90s.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it just worked out, man. I was able to be player of the year twice, back to back, and that was the first time, only the second time in the conference.
Yeah.
And they had called me out the blue. I believe it was 2010. They called
Okay.
me and they put me in the UNC-Asheville one because the Big South had announced their class for
Okay.
later that year, and so we doubled back and and did those two, which was awesome, man.
Yeah.
It was a blessing. And then East Forsyth a little bit later after
Yeah.
that. I was
Yeah.
back then. I didn't get to go to that ceremony, but
Yeah.
they all just came fast. And then you know how me and you talked
Yeah.
about Salem. I was like, shit, I got all of them. Let me
Yeah. Yeah.
on time, you know.
Yeah.
But it all just it's God's plan. You can't rush it. You just gotta let it unfold, and that's how it came out.
Yeah, no, definitely, man. I think it's dope to be in 4 Hall of Fames, man. That says a lot about not only your accolades and what you accomplish as a player, but what other people think of you.
Mm.
Because when you go into these selections, they don't realize, even though they put that piece of paper in front of that committee, they still ask, well, what kind of person was he? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I think that says a lot. Tell us a little bit about Coach Donnie Holt.
Yeah.
I've heard some stories. Look, I did some background. I talked to Mom. She gave me a little bit about Donnie Holt. Tell us about Coach Holt at East Forsyth.
Well, Coach Hope, he was one of them, like, cause I tell the kids, I quit my JV my freshman year on JV. I quit. I was behind Juan Davis, Joe Lagarde, just
Whew.
and I was
Yeah,
like, I'm gonna play. I'm gonna go back to 14 and play with the Junior Hornets. Do
yeah,
something.
yeah.
And he told me sophomore year. He told me, he said it was like midway through the season. I was probably averaging about 30, 35. And I'm gonna keep you on JV because you're gonna have to understand there's a responsibility,
Yeah,
and for your actions, you're gonna have to deal with what you did last year as far as quitting.
yeah.
He kept me there and he taught me some life lessons, man. He was like a father figure in a way. So like when I'm coaching now, I find myself stomping, because that was his thing. What wouldn't you know? But he let me, like, I had a chance to go to North Forsyth and play with Damian Foster and all
Hmm.
Jermaine Crowell, all those guys.
Yeah,
And he sat me down. He said, "Josh, do you want to be tag along or do you want to be a leader and do your own thing?"
yeah,
And that's what I needed to hear. And
yeah,
so from that point on, Tyson Patterson, he told me Tyson was going to be a freshman, but he was going to be our point guard.
yeah,
And it is what it is. We'll rock with it. And they said you're going to have to take him under your wing and go from there. And, he ended up being one of the best point guards that I've ever seen play.
yeah, yeah,
And to
yeah.
be
Shout
honest,
out, shout out to TP, man.
I mean, on a good day, 5'10".
Yeah,
I mean, Coach Hope was like that father figure that we all need coming up, that we try to basically imitate as coaches ourselves.
yeah,
So he is, and he was big for me, man. He did a lot for me and helped me out. He still, to this day, I still talk to him. When they retired my jersey at Asheville, he called me. He was one of the first people to call me and tell me congratulations. Left like a long message, hit him back. So he's just an all around great dude, man.
yeah, yeah. Me and Rod, we were talking about this on our live that time. Just the when you're coaching, people don't realize the impact that you make
Mm-hmm.
and how much sacrifice of your own time that you really have to put in to
Yes.
the coaching kids and mentoring and being that figure, because you never know like what they're watching. Like we talk about them on our social media pages and having to kind of monitor what you post because your kids are always watching you. So just to hear that, man, like that's good. I know Rod, he talk about his kids all the time, just you know dealing with them and just man, it's different as a coach, especially
Yeah,
depending on where you are and the
right.
culture of basketball and the culture of the school. Like that
Right.
really matters.
Yeah, you got to watch everything, man. From like even when y'all pick how in tune we are, y'all pick probably one of my favorite songs for the whole for the intro.
Yeah,
I'm talking about it's still on my playlist right now. That's my song. That's
yeah.
back to damn, you win awards, you do this, and this, but you still don't get that respect. Now
Hmm.
Right.
chip on my shoulder, but it's like you can. I had to listen. I had to make sure it was clean before I could post it
Yeah,
because it's like you have to take every little
yeah,
step
yeah,
because somebody always waiting on you to falter,
yeah,
and it's
Sure.
yeah.
always somebody that's gonna send it to whoever we work for to be like, "Hey, he posting this. Can you?"
Hmm.
Right. Right.
It's real. I try to give them examples of like, "Hey, man, take that down. You don't need young boy on your feed." I said, "I tell you,
Right. Right.
listen to it on
Yeah,
your own. but put something else on your social media
Yeah,
because looking at your social media, everybody.
absolutely.
So it's like we carry a lot, man, and get paid a little bit to do
A little bit.
it. A little bit, yeah.
People think that coaches make a lot of money. I'm like, man, little do y'all know the
And
money that you get don't equate to the hours. If it did, we'd be rich putting
We'll
in
be
the
rich.
hours that you put
Right.
that,
in.
you
You know,
make
putting out.
about 20 cents on the hour.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Easy,
no,
easy.
definitely. Yeah. So I mean, it like the UNC-Asheville career, man, a great career. Winston-Salem Forsyth County Sports Hall of Fame. As of recent, 17 years overseas, a 17-year career. We look at a lot of people that have played basketball, and that's tough to do, man. And so to be able to make it 17 years and be blessed and fortunate to play in several countries, man, kind of explain to us, the process, and then just how you were over there, how you have to be away from your family, and the culture of playing in different countries and those kind of things.
Yeah, I mean, it was first and foremost, it was a blessing because I didn't really have like a significant injury. I
Yeah,
had some back issues that would pause me for a couple of months, but God bless, it wasn't nothing that
Right.
held me. A lot of times, that's one of the key things to longevity.
yeah,
But after that, like, and Rod can attest to it because he would see me. It's the sacrifice and the discipline.
yeah,
And I tell the kids, you have to find the joy in the work to be able to enjoy everything else that comes after.
yeah,
And for me, it was years of I'm not going to no club. I got to get up at 6 and run. I
yeah,
got to do these 3 miles. I got to be at the Y at 8 to lift so I can be in the gym at 10 before the summer camp kids come in there.
yeah,
And that's what I was on.
yeah.
I was on that to be better, and I was always like, "You're not gonna get off on me."
Right, right.
I carried that with me. I don't know why. I was just always that guy that like, I
Yeah,
don't care if they're in the NBA. I don't care what school they went to. At the end of the day, you're not gonna get off on me, and if you
yeah,
do, get right back, and we just gonna do this today. We gonna do it together.
yeah. Hey Rod, I gotta listen. We played down at the Y, right? So Frank had this league. And so this is like first time like I get to play against Josh and Tyson. So
Yeah.
I'm geek. Me and Mike are geek. Like I'm hyped now. They team is called the Legends. So it's like him, Danny, Cliff, Linwood, I mean, this is like, you know what I'm saying? When you talk about like late night and 14th Street and just,
Yeah.
people that played them, man, this team was loaded. So I'm hyped, and I think something happened. I went to the basket or something, and Josh might have fouled me. And I was so amped up, right? I tossed the ball at him. Hey, before I knew it, right? Hey, Josh hit me with one of them little quick forearms and was like, "Hey, bro, keep it basketball." Listen, hey, but I was so amped up, bro. Like, you just like, man, you hear
Go out
about these
there.
guys, and
Yeah.
you just, it's all in competitive fun. But it was
Yeah,
like this Josh Pittman, and like you said, like I text you before, man, we don't get a chance to give people their flowers.
thank
Sometimes just because of the mentality in Winston, or,
you. Right,
man, people just, they, for whatever reason, they feel like I can't let this person shine and I shine at the same time. But
Yeah.
right.
just for what you did for, Forsyth County, man, we definitely want to give you flowers.
Appreciate it, bro. Yeah,
Right.
man, and remember that like it was yesterday because y'all actually won the first one,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
we ended up playing again. I think it was after the first round. I told because Mike was, how Mike get going, Mike, all
yeah,
that. I said, I'm gonna see you again, Mike.
yeah, yeah.
Come on, we got you.
Hey,
And
they
Mike
took
goes,
us down in their post.
man,
Hey, wow, they took us down in their post. It wasn't nothing. Listen, it was like they just was like, all right, I'm just gonna. And you know how you get older, it's like I'm just gonna outsmart you. So
mm,
Yeah.
Josh stay on the outside. Okay, we might be quick enough to guard on the outside. Cliff 6'6", he walked down there in the post. Give me the ball. Then I'm going. Then I switch off. I'm going Cliff outside. Josh walked Mike down there. So it was like,
It was
bro, how they be talking about like barbecue chicken, but they had us. They had us stressed down there in that post, bro.
nah, nah. Just the piggyback. Like, the first time I ever met Josh was at the Y, the Kernersville
Hmm.
Y,
yeah,
and you talking about body of work and just working out like like how you be like, you in the gym yourself, you watching, you looking, but you don't want to say too much 'cause, like they working out hard, they doing their thing.
Yeah.
Then I just see them lifting. Then I saw them running sprints on the treadmill. Then I saw them, get in the gym 500 shots. And I'm like, I ain't from Winston like that, so I'm like,
Yeah.
man, what's this dude, man? Like, all right. So I wait a couple of days. I see them again. I'm like, man, I gotta say something. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, what's up, man? He was always humble. Like, yo, what's up? I'm like, you in here working out? He's like, yeah, man. He's like, this is my job.
Yeah.
And I knew right there.
Yeah.
I said, oh, nah, this real. You know what I'm saying? Then I
Yeah.
met Tyson, and they was kind of like big brothers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we could never beat them. I'm gonna keep it a buck. We couldn't have my
Yeah.
little team. We used
Yeah.
to, scrimmage a little bit, hoop up at the wire a little bit. We could never beat them. Like never,
Yeah.
ever. Like, you know what I'm saying? But like just like the flowers to me to you was like, man, you always like a big brother. You always was humble. You always like, it wasn't like, like I'm a pro. Why you talking to me? Or why I'm a pro? Like why you? It was kind of like, you good? What's up? Like it was always love, man. And
Yeah.
that's solid, bro. Like I was
Yeah.
like maybe 18, 19 at that time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm like, dang, like this dude in here grinding. Like you know what I'm saying. Also, it woke me up like, shit, I ain't ready for the pros.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I ain't ready
It's
for
different
that. Like,
level.
nah, that's a different level. So, like, man, shout out to you for always grinding in the gym, like that body of work. People always just see like the awards and the Hall of Fame, but they don't see
Yeah.
the work. You know what I'm saying? I saw the work for me, even
Yeah.
just working the Y, walking by the gym, you in the gym. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, like, but then when you hit me, it was like, bro, this is my job.
Yeah.
I was like, dang,
Yeah.
like, I get it. I
Yeah.
get it.
Things in perspective. Yeah.
And I sacrificed the nightlife, the parties, all of that stuff. It wasn't fulfilling to me
Yeah.
as much as going back across here trying to get another MVP or trying to win a cup or trying to win a championship.
Yeah.
And like I home, man, and it would be so much beef and drama and
Yeah.
BS talk. And I'm sitting here like, dude, I've been gone 10 months. What y'all on? You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
like I ain't got no internet or nothing like that where I'm calling and talking back to you.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I walk into at late night, everybody chest puffed out. I'm sitting here trying to hoop and have a little fun.
Just
But
trying to have fun. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Fat. So definitely go ahead and jump into the first question, man. So, Josh, what role do you feel like highlight reels and mixtapes play in shaping players' reputation today?
I think it's a overrated role, to be honest with you. I think I will look at it and say, okay, now let's go see what this player looks like in a whole game. Like in my opinion, like as a college coach, if a college coach ever talked to me, and the some that I've talked to, it's always all right. Let me see their best game and let me see their worst game. A
Mm-hmm.
highlight reel, everybody looks good. I've
Facts.
seen and I've seen him, and I've been like, wow, this dude, all right. But then I've seen the same thing where if I take away this dude's left hand or strong hand, he ain't the same player. But
Yeah.
you don't see that happening.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think that the social media life and the highlights, it gives them a platform to draw attention. But once you get that attention, you can either gain from it or you can be exposed.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
to add to that, the culture part of it, these day and age, it's like I don't know, I don't have an issue with it unless it starts affecting the team.
Mm-hmm.
To people are like, oh yeah, you him and this that and the third, and I'm
Yeah.
sitting here like the highlight reel and we lost by 20 points.
Yeah. Yeah.
You, I'm like, well, you him are getting us the dub because we
Yeah.
lost 20.
Yeah.
But you highlight reel of yo 12 points where you got 5 buckets with the hype song and it looked good.
It look good.
Right.
Yeah.
What happened in the game ain't really equating with the highlight reel.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's a thing that we all adjust to. I mean, I'm almost 50. Y'all know, y'all younger than me. It's just like we have to adjust with the times of these kids. It
Mm-hmm.
ain't us. It's about how they do, how they act, and how they move. So we got to kind of deal with that.
Yeah. Now you kind of almost went right into the second question. We hadn't really got into your coaching career, but I know you started at Carter G. Woodson. You got the opportunity to coach two nephews.
Yeah.
Um, from there, went on to Lexington High School and had some success. Had one player go Division I to High Point University. I remember that team. I don't know if we played them at Glenn or if we just were in the same tournament or in the Roscoe, was it Roscoe Turner
Yep.
Classic or something like that. But I know we always ran into y'all, playing. So you got a chance to put a kid into Division I school. When you took off, Winston-Salem Prep,
Yep.
uh, taking over after Andre Gould, which a lot of people wouldn't have stepped into that role.
Right.
You had so much success early in that year with this team. Won 24 games in a row, 25-3, one game away from the state championship, and I was a part of that 25-3, get my butt kicked over at Winston-Salem Prep. Listen, Rod, I told my team I watched Josh play 3 times. I'm like, listen, they play hard. I was like, they don't look like they can move. I said, but they scrappy. Don't come out here like, you know what I'm saying, thinking y'all it because it's walking down and we got this on a jersey. Man, listen here. When I say the first play of the game, Michael Jordan, I got to shout out MJ, man. Down
Shout
that win game.
MJ.
Hey, Michael Jordan, listen, Michael Jordan put his head in the middle of our player chest, like headbutt him, and took his heart from the start. And from there, bro, it was, yeah, right, you standing up is like, you really can't do nothing. You like,
Right, you like, hey,
hey, you can't do nothing. Hey, listen, I'm just over here like, this is like Josh can coach, so I'm not mad, but I'm like, bro, we getting tail whoop, bro, with 6 players. I'm pissed off. In that same season, man, I won the Frank Spencer bracket. And I mean that team was really good, man. And then you went on to Davie County. You've had a lot of success at Davie County.
sure.
Tell us a little bit about how you see the basketball culture evolving. Just from your start at Carter G, which is, the basketball is totally different from
Right.
public school to now. But how do you see the basketball culture evolving over the next couple of years?
Well, I mean, it's just, I think, like, especially coaching, it's opportunity. Like, I was part of G, and I still remember I was there. It was like right after I had retired, and of course you save some money, but you still gonna have to go work. It ain't yay money. You gonna have to
Yeah,
go.
yeah,
And I ain't, God bless, don't want for nothing, don't need nothing. But I got my youngins that I want them to be secure with, so
mm-hmm.
I good. But it was just like Deborah Gaines. She came in and she said, "You got a resume. I want you to kind of teach next year and take over the basketball program." And so when you come from a humbling beginning to where you have kids that don't really hoop like that,
Mm-hmm.
and I have a quick story. I had one kid, we work on skill development every day. We were up by 15, 20, and he got in the game and made a one dribble pull up. I mean, he pump fake, made a one dribble pull up.
Yeah.
You thought we won the national championship.
Yeah.
I mean, he jumped over, ran to the bench. Marlon and Bradley called him, hugged him, and all that. Still playing.
Yeah.
But that was a coaching moment because the
Yeah.
kid wasn't really that talented, but for him to do that, and so Marlon Bradley and them came that next year, especially Marley had come off of just a whole bunch of talk about him and
Mm-hmm.
his attitude, and I told him some of that was brought on himself,
Yeah.
but a lot of it was because, okay, well, we're gonna shoo him away because of his attitude.
Right.
But Marley was, in my opinion, like a legit scorer.
Yeah.
Like,
Killer.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
like if he get going, it's
You in
a wrap.
trouble. You in trouble. Yeah.
It's a
And
long
so
night.
coaching them, man, I mean, he gonna tell you, and so coaching them, like, I was like, yeah, this is good, And then Lexington I had the opportunity because I tried to get a couple jobs, but nobody would hire me. I couldn't even get interviews. And
Yeah.
I was, dang, but it is what it is. So opportunities come. Lexington was great. Ronald Beverly, known Ron since Carl Russell,
Yeah.
Recreation Center.
Yeah.
And that's where it all confirms. It's not what you know, it's who you know.
Who you know? Yeah.
Facts.
So he got me at Lexington, and we was extremely successful. But COVID kind of slowed us down a little bit. COVID, and then that's when that whole recruiting started over that way with North Davidson and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
we got the prep, and I knew Gould was gonna go, and he took some of, like, I guess maybe 3 or 4 of the better players that was
Mm-hmm.
at prep with him. Which, I mean, I don't understand. I understand how they did the same thing, but once we got going, and I said, all right, I got 5.5, 6 players
Yeah.
max. On a good day, 6.5. No,
Yeah.
not nobody, but we only had 8 on the team,
Yeah.
and we were. I was like, all right. First thing is first. The discipline aspect has to change.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what me and MJ butted heads. Me and little Mike butted heads.
Yeah.
Had to get Arion together, get him right mentally, and I had Jameson transferred in.
Yeah.
So it was like at first when we started off 1-2, we lost to Tabor by 30, and that's
Mm-hmm.
when like they were up 30, and he kept his starters out there. And you know me, I ever played him
Yeah.
some type of way about it. Either you, and we was at prep, so I'm like, trying to embarrass my kids, or you trying to embarrass me? But you trying, I can't put my finger on it. I'm just, you know, I said I can't put my finger on it, but it's
Yeah.
1-2, and I don't really like it. And
Yeah.
then we played at Glenn, had a chance to tie it up, missed a 3 at the end, lost that game. So we was 1-2,
Mm-hmm.
and then we didn't lose another game until the state semis.
Yeah.
And it was because they just bought in.
Yeah.
And we had ups and downs along the way because, in the conference, some of those games were a lot easier than others.
Right.
And
Right.
then, and don't let me forget, but then you throw in the mix a young Johannes Connor.
Oof. Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
he gonna get to pick wherever he want to go to school.
Yeah.
But he needed me, I needed him.
Right.
We went through some back and forth, and we got straight. Me and Mike got it together. That kid changed like everything.
He's just a dog, man.
Yeah, I mean the mentality was like, if that's your best player, Johan, I would look at Johan, 6'2", 6'4", 6'6", whatever at the free throw line.
Yeah.
I look, hey, give me this rebound.
Yeah.
Got it. And he'll get the offensive rebound, put it back in. Just
Yeah.
that's why he is where he is now.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
then from there, Davey was new. It was fresh when I got there. I think they graduated 9, and I was told the over under was gonna be 5 or something like that. Then we ended up winning 17. Then that next year we ended up starting 17-0.
Right.
I mean, it was crazy, like everything. So
Yeah.
it's a process, man. It's about just developing a culture and trying to get everybody to buy into that culture. If you
Yeah.
can do that, you can be successful wherever you are.
Yeah.
But it's just you have to have thick skin, and you got to deal with everything that's going to be thrown your way, especially as far as not being happy with their role.
Yeah. Yeah. Every team see that too, man. Just you have your players that are gonna be more successful either because they're talented,
Mm-hmm.
or they work hard, or whatever the case may be. So you always get that, and so we see that a lot, bro. Like that's one thing that we can't stop. What would you say is like the best technique, I guess, that you've done to kind of bring that camaraderie?
Hello.
I would just say no nonsense. Like I would tell them, I get it. You go home. I get it. People, parents, or whatever the case might want to live through you,
Yeah.
or whatever the case may be. But in this locker room, it's got to be us.
Yeah.
Got to be a team.
Yeah.
Might be your night. It might not be your night. Some
Yeah.
people shine more than others. It is
Yeah.
what it is. But
Yeah.
I mean, if we're gonna be successful, you have to be able to compete and perform in a role.
Yeah.
And many times, especially like over doing travel ball,
Mm-hmm.
I always say, I said, man, the sad part about it amongst younger players,
Yeah.
the role player is dead.
Absolutely.
Amongst now, once they get in a role and they feel content and they happy, it sky's the limit. But if you got somebody on this side or somebody on this side or somebody behind you, oh, you're much bigger than your role. My deal is, okay, do your role, and then within your role, do more.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But the role player aspect of basketball, in my opinion, is pretty much dead.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with that. And it's hard to like, I guess with the culture of AAU and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
everybody's playing on these teams where it's one pass, one shot.
Right.
And
Yep.
so if you do have a role player in your school, sometimes when they go to AAU, their role is so different and you have to come back and kind of like break them habits. And I think
Yep.
that might be the worst part about being a high school coach is like, nah, hey, I don't care what you did this summer. I mean, I'm
Right.
glad that you're playing, but what good did you get out of this? Like what you know what I'm saying? What good habits did you pick up?
Yep.
So I think that's the toughest part. Just about about the culture and
You are.
whatever.
It's tough to build a culture, and like a coach like yourself that has a program that has Walkertown,
Yeah.
coach both. You're going back and forth. You're doing both, but you have a way that it's established. It's proven the way you do things.
Hmm.
That way even carries in your travel ball.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
go through it like I do. We go through it on both ends.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
travel, I'm sitting here like, dude, we got to play together.
Yeah.
Pass the ball. But then when we go back to high school, who did you play for this summer? Did they
Right.
want you to pass the ball? So it's like it's a constant back and forth, man.
Yeah.
But I'm steadfast on believing that you're gonna play the way I'm asking you to play, or it ain't gonna work.
Or you have to be more firm nowadays
Yeah,
because you give them that rope, man. They definitely take advantage of
and quick.
it. Going into three, and I think Rod he gonna get back on, man. I think he
And tell
gonna
them
get.
get your internet fixed.
Yeah, man, got that cricket internet. Look, hey, man, get your cricket together, brother. get your get your get your cricket get your cricket together, bro.
I'm looking at him I'm like, they ain't
So
saying
so
nothing.
Rod, we going in the yeah. Hey, we over here looking at you like, hey, bro, tighten up. So Rod,
Yo.
we going right into question 3, man.
Okay. So, hey, so Josh, how do you feel about like what is one of the most skills you feel kids are lacking right now, and like when it comes to like development and their skills, like what skills do you feel like they need more work in?
I always if you can't, you got to be able to get the basics down, and that's ball handling, that's shot preparation, that's being prepared for not just on offense but on defense. And I feel like a lot of that when I kick to trainers. So when
Hmm.
I kick to trainers, it's like me and Rich, we trained the same kid for years. We never butted heads about how we train this kid.
Hmm.
Never. Never butted heads. Never. I ain't had nothing to say about the way he trained. He ain't had nothing to say about the way I train. Now the kid does D1 scholarship
Yeah.
because we knew he was getting something, you know. And so it's like when you get these kids and these kids come in and they say, "Yeah, man, I've been training at this place and this place for 4 or 5 years," but then I see your videos and it look good, but when I
Right.
put a body in front of the
Yeah.
training,
Yeah.
that stuff is going out the window.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm hell bent on we're gonna do skill development every single day. We're gonna develop the handle. We're gonna develop the shot. We're gonna develop the reads, the pick and roll, the IQs, the way you pivot this way. You don't
Yeah.
pivot that.
Yeah.
And I think those are the things, the fundamentals that the kids today are lacking because no knock on Steph, because we all wanted to do it, but
Hmm.
they just for a while they wanted to run straight to that 3-point line. I
Yeah.
mean,
Right.
who
Yeah.
wouldn't? But it's like, for me, it's like, one, the fundamentals. For two, it's the basketball IQ. If you can't read the game correctly, you're gonna win some, you're gonna lose some, but you're gonna always lose the tough ones.
Yep.
And
Absolutely.
those are the things I feel like the kids lack more so today, whether that be from a training aspect, the coaching aspect, the travel ball aspect, who knows. But when you come to Davie,
Yeah.
you gon' they even asked me, we gonna play pickup today? Like, no, I don't want to see
Yeah.
that. I ain't trying to see that. I said it's
Yeah.
bad basketball. You learn
Yeah.
how to play pickup.
Yeah.
And then once about a month and a half, 2 months in, I throw on some 3-on-2, 2-on-1. And then I'll bring them in. I'll be like, y'all see why we don't play pickup? 6 possessions, 6 turnovers.
Yeah.
And so we build up to it.
Yeah.
But I think them fundamentals and that basketball IQ is really underrated these days.
Yeah. Let me ask y'all something. Do you think? And I had this conversation a lot, and it's mostly with. I try not to have this conversation with everybody because, some people can just get out of hand with the way they think, and
Right.
everybody's not basketball minds. But is IQ something you're born with, or is it something that can be taught?
I'm gonna let Rod first.
I think you can. That's tough. I think a lot of kids, some kids are just smart, man. Some kids just pick on stuff real quick on the court. And then some kids, you be like, come on, man. I told you this 45 times, bro. Come on, man. When you start saying bruh to a kid, you like, come on, bro. Come on. But I think it's something that you just gotta learn over time. And like I said, I think it's just like in the classroom. Some kids can learn quicker than other kids. They can get that math problem way quicker than this kid probably can. So I think it comes down to just being around the game more, just learning more, and But a lot of kids, man, they struggle with some of the basic stuff. Like it just. But
Yeah.
all we can do as coaches is just teach them. Like some kids, you can just tell them one time, they got it. Like I got kids on my team, like my
Yeah.
seniors, which is great. I tell them one time, they know the drill, they doing it. You have a freshman that just came from middle school, and you know how the middle school games be looking. They don't have a clue what's
Yeah.
going on, and you have to
Yeah.
man, with
Yeah.
my school, I have to teach, real teach. So I might pull 3 freshmen to the side just to kind of just install it in their heads, man, but they can kind of get what I'm saying. So, a lot of kids just different, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that too comes from, I think, an aspect of that comes from coaching,
Mhm.
because as a coach you got to do it that way.
Yeah,
But two, I think IQ. Nobody's born with basketball IQ.
right,
Yeah.
Nobody. But there's also a want to, there's a concentration level, and there's a distraction level.
Mhm.
And if you can tell me as soon as practice is over, I can see you snap your shoes, um, snap you on your IG, your stories, and all that. That's telling me you got a social media
Yeah.
IQ. You know how to get the attention to yourself. But when we talking about a basketball IQ, it's like it has to be a want to.
Yeah.
Like, if you play ball and you high school, college, pro, whatever the case may be, imagine being thrown into a place where you can't speak the language, but you still got to play ball and you got to perform.
Yeah.
right,
So you got to have want to develop your basketball IQ.
Yeah.
So I even tell my kids today, if you don't know what I just explained or you don't understand it, get to the back and watch the person that's in front
In
of you.
front of you, right?
right.
Yeah.
Watch them, and you should be able to pick it up. Like,
Yeah.
for me, I couldn't understand nothing the coach was saying, but I'm sitting here like, all right, he the 2 guard, I'm the 2 guard. He go here, he pick here, he does this. That's what
Yeah.
I got to do. I learn this play.
Yeah.
That's all IQ. That's a want to.
Yeah.
These some of these kids will be like, you running through sets, they over there joking and playing.
Yeah, right.
They,
Absolutely.
I mean, and it's always that one that you need to really know to play
Yeah.
that don't be paying attention.
Yeah.
Right.
I think IQ is something that you learn over time,
Mhm.
and it's more about the emphasis and the concentration that you put on developing your basketball IQ
Yeah.
as opposed to just getting it. because
Yeah.
you're not get it if you're not paying attention, you're not concentrating on what's going
Yeah. I always say too, man, like in this time now, there's not a lot of youth camps or there's not a
on.
lot of playing. And like you said, man, back in the day, man, you can go to the rec, you can go to the hosiery, you can go to the outdoor park, 10th Street, you could go to Rupert Bell, you could go even Reynolds Park. I mean, they always had somewhere where you can hoop, and it ain't just 3 kids out there, it's 10.
Right.
You're hooping
And we
all
play and we playing either pickup or we playing 21 or we doing something,
Right.
where you develop an IQ on how to split a trap, or you develop how to score where I got 2 people or I get past the first level and now I got 5 people at the second level.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like we didn't realize that until we got older, but that's developing that IQ.
Yep.
And even having camps where you just do basic fundamentals.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think that is a big thing that's missing in youth sports. Is like fundamental camps where you do the most boring stuff. You pivot, you sweep, you pump fake, you jab, you defensive slide, you right hand, left hand dribble, 1-2 dribble pull up. Like
Yep.
we don't have any more basic camps because everybody wants to pay $225 to go to the skill camps where they teaching a bunch of nothing.
Right.
A bunch of nothing where there's no, in my opinion, and I ain't knocking nobody. That's just not me.
Mhm.
But if you didn't hoop, you can't teach my son basketball. I'm sorry.
Agreed.
I mean, some people you can master it. I get it. But
Yeah.
if you did not hoop, there's some insight that you don't have that
Yeah.
that you just can't give it to him.
Yeah.
You sorry, you can't give him the ability. Okay, I'm gonna run this play. I'm gonna call this play, but this is what I want you to do to get down here.
Yeah.
Can't do it because
Yeah.
if they haven't done it,
Yeah. I agree with that.
it's yeah. I mean, it's different, man.
Yeah.
I don't be trying to find the bus. Everybody do what they got to do. I
Yeah.
understand, but at the same time, if you ain't do it, you can learn. But there's certain things and certain intangibles that you can't deliver because you haven't experienced it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can watch a lot of basketball and be involved, and you can get it that way.
Yeah.
But you can't just come to me and say, "Hey, I'm the greatest trainer in the world," blah blah blah. But yet you ain't never really hoop,
Yeah.
So it's still gonna be something that you miss.
It come down to like truth tellers too. Like we gotta have more truth tellers, bro. Like
Facts.
That's gone.
hey,
No.
yeah, we gotta have more truth tellers, man. Like
Facts.
God, Josh, we was talking about this, and I told Rod, I said, I used to get caught up in the training world. Like, man, why they going to this trainer and this trainer posting this and he ain't doing this, and I was just like, you know what? It's all just a facade. Like everything is for social media. You can literally look up people's backgrounds, and I just start telling people the truth. Like, hey man, you know what? Your kid can come train with me, but like I can tell you right now, you're gonna have to do 10 sessions to see a difference. Or you're gonna have to,
Yeah.
what I'm saying, continue to do this.
Yeah.
If you keep going to him, I'm not gonna knock you for going to that trainer, but if you're gonna go to him and listen to him and not come back and listen to me, then just stay with them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fact. It's
Yeah.
fact. Like, truth be told, right now, I still train Davy kids, but I only train
Yeah.
the girls.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I said they absorb, they listen, they basic, fundamental, they train hard. The parents thank me, they go home.
Yeah.
The boys, I got some that I could train, but that conflict of interest of he made the team because he training them or something like
Right.
that.
Right.
They got
All
boys got too
that,
many options, man. It's too many options in that world.
it's watered down, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
It's like I'm talking about bucket challenge.
Yeah. Rod, go ahead. What you was about to say?
It's funny y'all say that, man, because even like me and Rich go back and forth about AAU a lot. So, I told Rich I'm done. Like this is my last. This is it. That was my last summer. So I reached Rich like, ain't your last summer. Then I'm like, nah, it's really my last summer. Then this year,
Yeah.
I had my kid, one of my he's a senior this year. So, I'm like, send me your schedule. So he sent me the schedule. So I'm like, all right, I'm in the same tournament he in though, right? So I'm like, okay. So I'm like, bro, I don't see you in the 17U bracket. Oh, man, coach, they got us in 16U. Bro, you a senior, bro. You about to be a senior. You in 17U? You in
Yeah,
16U? I'm
yeah,
like, yo, like, yeah, they say next tournament. Nah, man, you on the 16 slash
yeah,
17U team. That's
yeah,
what you on. And it's
yeah,
like, I know y'all talking about trainers, but like, it triggered me about the AAU too. It's
Yep.
like, man, it's like,
everybody want
high
to
school
win
coaches,
though. Everybody want to win, bro. Like it ain't even
everybody want
about
to
the kids
win.
no more.
Oh,
Yeah,
Man,
it ain't even about the kids.
listen, we was in nationals. I ain't even gonna say the team, but we played a team that's from around here, from Winston, Trefo, y'all area. And he had two college players that I know on his
Hey, chill
team.
out. I know who you talking about too.
Two college players that I know, and I'm just like, that's when it hit me. I said, I'm done, bro. I can't do this no more, bro. I
Yeah,
can't. And
I
my
mean,
play, I can't do it no more, bro. I'm done. I'm
it's
out of here.
it's hard, man. Hard, man. And when I first started doing it, I used to be quick to say, "Man, dude, y'all 17. What's the point?"
Yeah,
yeah.
And I would, but then now it's more so. I just accept it because
Hmm.
I just see that that's just the way it's gonna be. Like
yeah,
we can't change it unless they drop a rule or something. But at the end of the day, what I would tell my 15s and my 16s, especially the 15s this year, I'll say, look, all of y'all looking at playing varsity next year. Y'all all gonna be playing against 17, 18-year-olds.
Anyway,
true.
yep.
That's true.
So go ahead and suck it up, deal with it, don't complain. I
Yeah,
said, y'all playing to be better, they playing down to look better.
yep,
I'll
yep.
just own it, and we just gonna have to deal with it.
Yeah,
Now, dude come out there with the full grown beard and all that's when I get mad.
yeah,
Like, come on, now we
yeah.
tripping. Now, it's a whole different dynamic to it. But let me ask y'all a question.
Hmm.
How do y'all feel about, because I've talked about this a couple times, how do y'all feel about the kid that reclasses to play against younger kids, but then reclasses back up to go to college the same year that he was supposed to go to college?
You want to go first, Rod? You want?
I think I'm 50-50 on that. I do believe that some kids have benefit from that for sure. Now when I got to go against it myself, do I like it? No. But at the end of the day, certain parents and you gotta do what's best for your kid. And I understand the reclassing thing is huge now. Like
Yeah,
I
Yeah,
wasn't even thought about reclassing when I was in high school. I was trying to get out of high school. I couldn't.
yeah.
I was. I
yeah,
was. I was tired of math classes and science
Right.
and biology. I
Yeah,
was tired of that.
yeah,
But it's a tough subject, man. Like I know a lot of kids does it, and I get it. Um, but I don't know, man. It's hard to dig in because like part of me is like, why are you doing it? Like what I'm saying? Why you want to dominate little kids or young kids? But then the
yeah,
other side is like, I see it. Some kids need an extra year, and then once that year is kind of up, and you get an offer, you like, I'm out. Like,
yeah,
what I'm saying? Like, I coached a kid um, that reclassed, but then, he got the offers he wanted by his junior year, and he was like, I'm out. I'm going to go to,
yeah,
he went to, I think he went to Forsyth Tech, took some extra class during the summer. He was gone. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? So I'm 50-50 with it. It works out. Um, I just don't think, as a kid, I think you said in the invitation, like, listen, when you get to college, it's gonna be different now. Like it ain't gonna be you playing against this guy that's in 10th grade and you was supposed to be in 10th grade, but you supposed to be in 11th, 12th grade. Like it's a little different. So
yeah,
I'm 50-50 with
yeah.
it, man, for sure. Like I'm all about the kids and whatever the kids got to do to get them that D1 offer, man. Because we talked about it on the live. It's not a lot of kids around here in this area that's getting D1 scholarships.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
no,
It's not a lot. I think we counted what one for basketball last year, and that was
Yeah,
Brim.
maybe. Yep.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Whew.
So I get it, man. Like I said, if I had a kid, I don't have kids, but if I did have a son, I mean, I'm gonna do what I gotta do for my son too. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I get it.
And I,
Yeah,
and I, yeah, I get it.
Yeah. I would say, I have to have. I've had a instance where a kid, reclassed as a sophomore, and so I told him I'm all for following the right trends that's going to help you get to where you're trying to get to, but it's like if you don't have any traction, ninth and 10th grade, why don't you just try to get the traction 11th grade and then reclass? So you still getting those years,
yeah,
but like the reclassing for no reason is ridiculous, and we see a lot of that. Like kids just reclassing because it's the thing to do. No, listen, if you reclass and you don't work this like outwork how you were working the year before, you just prolonging the inevitable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I tell people a lot of that. Like, if you're gonna reclass, give me your reason for it. If you got schools that saying he might not be ready right now, but we interested. Hey, we don't have no money. So maybe if you reclass and we'll have some money that free up in this year or a grade situation. I think
True.
that's the perfect time to reclass, but like a lot of these kids are just reclassing just because it's cool. And you go into schools that don't have a history of putting people in school, or they're not playing anybody. So if you go play in a private school league that y'all still playing School of the Blind, and you know what I'm saying, like it's not gonna matter. You can score 50 all you want, but then they're gonna look at the competition.
Right.
Like coaches ain't stupid.
right.
You know what I'm saying? They not stupid, man. So I mean, it all depends on how you go about it and like what's your purpose, for doing it. But I'm not against it, but I'm just not all the way for it. Like Rod, it has to make sense.
Yeah,
You know?
Yeah, I'm on the fence, man. Like I've seen it work out for some that's just not mature enough, or maybe not intellectually enough to get through
Hmm.
the high school classes and the core. And I get that.
Yeah,
And then the other part of it that bothers me, I think more so, is that if you got your reclasses, 70% of your reclass players and their coaches are the ones that talk the most
yeah,
junk when you talking back.
yeah,
That part, that's the part that turns me off on it. I'm quick to say, hey, I hear you, but you wasn't really competing against your age group.
yeah,
So be
yeah,
humble, take your reclass and keep working.
yeah,
And then it's the same thing with the coaches that, y'all know you coaching the game and you just feel heat on the side of your and just talking to you. And you coaching and they talking to you
yeah,
and you're like, bro, why are you talking to me?
right.
yeah,
Coach,
yeah,
don't talk to me. Just coach them.
yeah,
You
Talking
ain't
great.
got nothing we good. And so but I get it. Like my son, for instance, I had a July birthday. He got a July birthday. But what we'll do, and it ain't got nothing to do with sports. It's just when he's going to school when he's 6.
yeah,
I went to school at 5, and
yeah,
I grew in ninth and 10th grade. I grew 4 inches.
yeah,
So I'm like, imagine if I go to school at 6. I'm coming on as a freshman at like 6'2", 6'3".
yeah.
It's a whole different vibe.
Whole different
But
vibe. Yeah,
Tough.
I get it, and a part of the game, but to use it as a recruiting tool and all that, I think just a lot of people just building their program off of trying to reclass and take kids that a lot of people have put in a lot of work with.
absolutely.
And that's one of the things that I kind of
Yeah.
get
It,
off.
it's something that we haven't like discussed on here yet, and I think we're gonna probably do it. I think there's a huge difference between grassroots and AAU.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And the grassroots scene is like kill or
AI,
be killed.
AI.
You know what I'm saying? Kill or be killed because I mean it's ruthless, man. You got coaches that be, talking to your players right after the game in
Wait,
the handshake line, spot out mama in the stands and catch her in the parking lot. Like some of the things that I've experienced as a head coach and as an AAU coach is like,
mm-hmm.
man, I'm grateful that I got some sense and that I'm not a crash out because a lot of things that people do are like,
Like the
it's disrespectful, bro. Like
Yeah.
it's so disrespectful just on some man to man stuff.
Right.
It ain't
True.
even about the basketball part because you can recruit my kid, but as a man, have a conversation with me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or at least, don't wait to shake his hand while we still in the same gym. Like it's crazy.
Or at the end all be all, leave out the conversation.
Right, right.
Yeah.
You don't say what you're not doing.
Yeah.
You want to do
Sell
for them.
yourself. Yeah,
Right.
sell yourself.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
that part that irks me. Like I had a player. I mean that team bond group
Yeah.
had
Yeah.
put together big game, B
Yeah.
team show. I look around, I see the AAU coach sitting with the players' family, just the whole time looking, and I'm sitting here like, next thing I know, a week 2 later, this kid gone
He
get
going to play with them.
ill, going to play somewhere else. I'm just like, damn.
That's
Yeah.
It's,
that's why I can
I
say
guess,
like about y'all too, man. I respect y'all because we all coach AAU. I mean, we all coach
yeah,
AAU, and we all hit each other up. Like Rich son hit me up like, hey, I don't know if you know, but bro, can't try out today. You hit me up like, hey man, I want Aryan. I don't mind him playing with y'all, but I want to play with us. Like, bro, like I feel like we just here to help the kids. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
it
Yeah.
shouldn't matter. Like, especially when I respect the coach, the other coach. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's different. Josh, if you
Yeah.
hit me up and say, hey, this kid trying to come route with me, I'm like, well, bro, I respect that because you're a good coach. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or with Rich, I
Yeah.
respect that.
Yeah.
But it's like y'all said, it's like just being man to man, like just being straight up. Like, you ain't got to be sneaky. I'm going to find out anyways. The
Yeah.
AAU stuff is so small. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
like, kids going to post the next day, I'm taking my talents to, all Carolina. Oh, no, I'm going to go over here to the Kernersville Bulls.
Yeah.
I'm going to route with T. Pittman this weekend. Like, bro. And you sit back home and you
and,
as
and
a coach, like I don't even care no more. Like, all right, go ahead, have fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't even do it. Like if you play with somebody else or you start off playing for somebody else, it has to be dead in the water,
Right,
and I have to have some space for you to come and play with me.
Yeah.
If you play with me, I'll be telling them if you play with me and I see you playing on somebody else's bench or you sitting there, then you go ahead and do that, and
right,
we'll be because I just don't have space, I don't have time for it.
Yeah. 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 Nah, it's that AAU scene is crazy, man. And I've tried to. I always say I want to stick around and help, but it's like eventually, especially with this next generation of hoopers coming up and that leaving
Yeah,
culture and fighting in the games. It's almost tough for
yeah,
guys that like value basketball, like true basketball, to
yeah,
keep coaching this new wave of a new trend that's coming through, man. So I think that's something that it's gonna have to come with some type of rules and regulations and grassroots at some point to kind of stop it from getting out of hand.
true,
yeah.
Um,
It, it, that's the only way. Only way
yeah,
I can see.
yeah. So we're gonna kind of we'll say the last question, Josh, as far as about your program. Let's get into this last thing since we already on the topic of like AAU, man. Car conversations, dinner table conversations as a coach, and I know this kind of irritates everybody.
right,
Like, how do you deal with a kid who is visibly showing that struggle of, do I keep listening to coach who might be telling me everything I need to know to get on the court, or do I listen to mom and dad who telling me everything, and if I don't do it, I'm coming off as disrespectful? Like, how do you deal with that type of situation where kids are visibly showing that struggle?
Well, you honestly you can't. Truth be told, you honestly can't
Yeah,
because you got a kid that's bought in and their parents are bought in, then you don't have no issues.
right,
yeah,
But you got a kid that listens to the car conversations, listens to the dinner table conversations, and brings it to your program, but your program is winning,
hmm
then you got to kind of basically. I mean, I said to some, I said, even at Carter G, I said, either you gonna listen to your dad, coach, or you gonna sit beside me.
yeah,
One of the two. He came down. I heard the dad. He shot. He said, "I'm me for the rest of the game." We ended
yeah.
up winning, and
So
it's just I don't have. I deal. We deal with it every year.
yeah,
It's
right,
all. It's always one or two that that's just how it goes. But like Rich, I told you a couple times.
Yeah.
I said, my solutions for that is okay, and I said every y'all can come and talk to me, and I tell you, I said the first thing I'm gonna tell y'all to do is pick a day to come to practice.
Mm-hmm.
Once you pick a day to come to practice, don't come in the gym.
Yeah.
Find one of them windows. We got new schools. Look at
Yeah.
one of them and watch your kid practice. Watch
Mm-hmm.
his ethic. Watch him paying attention. Watch his relationships with teammates, and you will get everything that you got to ask or that you want from that one practice.
Yeah.
And I said, and I could be wrong. He could have the best practice ever, and if he does that, he'll get more playing time come Tuesday or Friday.
Yeah.
Right.
But at the end of the day, not one parent has ever come and took me up on that offer.
Mm-hmm.
They prefer to have those car conversations and those dinner conversations because they don't want to be proven wrong or they don't want to see what I'm trying to tell them to come see.
Right.
So at
Yeah.
the end of the day, you can't. That's a lose-lose.
Yeah.
Right.
You can't deal with it. You can't really. We humans, so we got emotions, and yes, it does bother us
Yeah.
because we just sitting here like, here we go with it. You know that
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, what can we actually do? Because
Yeah.
we're not, like I've had parents sit up there, not clap, not do nothing, and I'm like, damn, this team's 17-0.
Yeah.
Like, so like, I mean, what's really important is it the team or is it your son?
Right.
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 And,
Right.
and my son. So
Yeah.
I'm just all right. Well, I can't win that one, and it's time to move on and just keep working.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, we all play. And we all have had good games. We've had mediocre games. We've had terrible games.
Mm-hmm.
But I've always understood the more that I bitched was the worst games that I had.
Yep. Yep.
That's just how it's been. If I complained, my game was going to be terrible.
Yeah.
I'm too focused on complaining as opposed to be ready to play.
Right.
That's what I tell these kids. That's what I tell their parents. I'm not. That dynamic with me is that shit done sell.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Y'all
Yeah.
had them and y'all be upset. But at the end of the day, if he put together a good week of practice and he locked in, he'll get his opportunity. But I'm going to be fair.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Nah. It's even for me, like even for my program, I've had some really good players come through here, and just the I do a good job of communicating with parents, from the start as far as, having that parent meeting and stuff, but you still can see it where it's like I had one kid that was really good and he's going to do some good things now. I'm not even going to try to give too many clues, but
Right.
he was a really good kid, but he was the worst practice player. And super talented. I mean, but everything was about him and he distracted the team to the point where it started killing the culture. Like where everybody's like, "Well, coach, you let such and such get away with this all the time, so why I got to do it?"
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then when you had a conversation with the kid and his parents, they're in denial. He doesn't do that. Nah,
Right.
it's not like that. And I'm just sitting here like,
Yeah.
okay, listen, I understand that I'm coaching public school basketball, but I played college basketball. I played collegiately. I played at I can't say I'm at the top of the top, but listen, CIAA is what I think is a high level for D2
For
and
sure.
very competitive. And so I'm like, you can't tell me about practice and how to practice hard and how to push a kid. I said, this kid is not giving us anything until game day. And it's like it's rubbing off on the team. You do have some kids that are just can turn that on and off switch, but in this program, everybody has to work the same,
sure.
And if he's talented, by him working harder than everybody, it's gonna show. So you can tell when those parents are really like, you don't gotta listen to coach, just do you.
I,
just do just
I've been blessed. For 1 year now. I was going knock on wood somewhere. I've been
yeah,
blessed. Did not have any issue so far at where I'm at. I had one kind of issue, but it really wasn't the kid. It was the parent. The parent I felt like living through the kid. And I get it.
It's a
You got
Mm-hmm.
a son.
Yeah.
You see your son, and then you look at your son like, he don't know. He not to get too many clues either. He didn't play that much. But when
Yeah.
if I'm up by 20, and luckily we had a lot of up by 20 games last year. So he was, everybody was able to. I mean, me as a coach, man, I want everybody to play. I would love for
Yeah.
everybody to play. That's why
Yeah.
you're on the team. You ain't on the team just to be on the team. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I want everybody to play. I hope everybody, like you said earlier, Josh, the kid pump fake, knock down the jump shot. That makes me happy too. Like to see a kid that don't play that much get opportunity. And I wanted the kid to play, but
Yeah.
I also kind of knew that the kid was really just playing because home. He was trying to please, his parents. And
Mm-hmm.
the kid came to me and he wanted to talk to me over Christmas break about his playing time. And we talked, and I could just see that kid really didn't really want to talk for real. He didn't want to talk to me. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But
Yeah.
like you said, Josh, I left that door open. Like you said, Rich, by communication. My school, we use Remind, so we have to like post something every time, every day about workouts, about games,
Yeah.
reminder, food. We like communication is huge at my school when it comes to
Yeah.
parents.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, like I said, I've been blessed not to have so many crazy issues. But when I was at East for money, Lord, y'all, Lord, I'm like, I'm not the head coach. What is going on? Like, I mean, they'll call me
Yeah.
during the
Hey,
day.
listen, I know two kids. I know two kids over there where I know.
Man,
All right,
listen,
listen.
it was right. It's almost like they were trying to put me and Monty. You're like, man, Rod, man, you would have did this. You would have did this. Like, hold on, man. I ain't that. This
Yeah.
ain't my
But the
shift. Like, you know what I'm
crazy part about it though is, and I've come to that conclusion, it only happens when you're successful.
saying?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the
Yep.
crazy. When you lose it, ain't nobody worried about getting on that court when you lose.
Yeah.
Nobody.
You
Yeah.
success- you successful. It's like why my son or my
Right.
daughter or not getting
Yeah.
that? My nephew, whoever,
Yeah.
why same opportunities as this person? And I'm sitting here like, dude, you do know we won 20 games. You
Right.
know, something. But if you are not successful, you
Yeah.
you don't deal with half of those problems as far
Yeah.
as parents and playing time and all that stuff. But when your team and your program is successful,
Yeah.
you get a lot more of that. And it's a
Yeah.
blessing to be
Yeah.
successful. You just have to tuck up and deal with it.
Yeah.
That's
And I think, like you said, just being open and honest first, man.
Yeah.
Like this group I had last year, we didn't have really no issues. Like, and it's because I kind of got a lot of the cancer, out of
mhm.
the program over the years. And like I told Rod, coming into Walker Township, they were different type of kids in here. Like
Yeah.
some
Yeah,
of them just they've been at the school their whole life, or they was the man on his team for a different coach. And you all know, like when you take over a program, different philosophies, and what I'm saying, like it's just different. With the coach, you got to adapt to that first and foremost. So, man, that honest communication it pays off in the end, especially if parents understand where you coming from. From day one, hey, if this kid don't work hard, he don't play,
Right.
and that's just that. And we ain't gonna we not gonna bend or break on that. You know what I'm saying? If they ain't got good grades or if they disruptive in the classroom, like it's consequences for everything. So
that's what we
um,
do as coaches. That's why I feel like our meetings get more direct and get
yeah,
coach parent meetings at the beginning of the year. They get more direct and they get shorter
yeah,
year.
yeah,
Mine, I feel like I'm like Russell sometimes. God bless you. Right.
yeah.
But I would say what I gotta say, and then let's get
And I'm going on.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's it.
yeah. So man, our last question, man, and this is more so for you to talk. Man, you've had a lot of success. You've had some really good players.
For
One of
sure.
my favorite kids to come through Davie, uh, Bryson Mickey, was a really good player, man. I like Jackson. Like, I love what that group did, because again, you have to play to your strengths.
Yep.
One thing I can always say about you, your team adapts, and you've always played to whatever your strengths are. So, like at prep, they weren't a set type of team. So you ran high ball screen. Ariane roll, LeJay get downhill,
Lil
Michael Jordan
J.
shoot three. You know what I'm saying? Like it was so simple,
Yeah.
and we gonna live or die with that. And even with Davey running that pick and roll and that motion offense, like I saw what you did. You ran a lot of zone and zone traps to play to your strength. So like I guess in this next year to 2 years with this young group, what are your goals and like what are you most excited about? Where do you see the program going?
And I think they the young kind of gives me an opportunity to play that style of basketball that I like to play. That
Mm-hmm.
as coaches, we all love to see an offense where we draw something up and they come to work, and then
Yeah,
we just
yeah,
this is what we. But
yeah.
I want with this group coming up, and with the couple of seniors that we got, the juniors that we got,
Mm-hmm.
I have now the able bodies to okay. I'm more of the one big like a Arion. We're gonna
Mm-hmm.
play big. Everybody else, we picking up, we trapping, we shooting the three, we getting down here, we penetrate kick, and we can do. And I think with the groups that we have, even with the freshmen and some of the eighth graders that's coming in next year, we'll be able to play that up tempo type of basketball that's gonna force people to adjust to the way we play.
Mm-hmm.
Like think Davey, I'm like, all right, I got Jackson, I got Bryson. I said, but with this group, we not gonna put the ball down and zoom and go by you. So we got to be set up in a situation to where we can play and make you play defense two, three,
Yeah,
four passes. But
yeah,
this group coming up now, it's like I have the defensive back. So let's go ahead and let's get you. You gonna make you go up and down the court. We're
yeah,
gonna slow it down when we have to, but we're gonna make you play. And to me, that's the type of basketball I always grew up playing, and that's the kind of basketball I just love to coach because it's fun and it's exciting.
yeah.
But you also got to have that discipline element. But I think
Absolutely. Yeah,
we can do that, man. If we healthy and it's in God's plans, we're gonna make a lot of noise. And I think even starting with this year,
yeah,
we something to deal with.
yeah, yeah. Man, I'm a big fan of just good basketball and good coaching. Which is why we kind of like started this whole thing. Like I said,
Right.
man, it was more so just an idea, but it was like once Rod brought it up, I'm like, nah, I got some people in mind. I got some. It's like, all right, let's get the right people on here, where you having success at your programs,
Yep.
proven winner, and so man, I think you got to continue to keep doing that, man. Like I said, I love what you do with your programs. I'm not a hater, I love good coaches, and again, I think people think that coaches in the county are against each other, and you got some people that do things differently. But
Right.
for the most part, man, I think we all are together in some sort, whether it's with the kids or we connected by a family member or a friend, So it's like everybody's is together, but I think in order for us to uplift and get more coaches to come back and start recruiting, man, I think we do have to do more of this and honest
Yeah.
conversations and working together. Just because if not, man, these kids are gonna start going to private schools and they're gonna start, filtering out of the public schools.
That's true.
Yep.
And so that's kind of why we definitely wanted to get you on here. Like I said, we got Monty on here, man, and we got some other good guests. Rod, man, give us one life tip for the kids, going forward with basketball, just in your experiences and what you've endured through your time as a player and just as a man. What's one life tip you would be able to get to kids to just something that you would go by every day?
I try to tell I tell my kids every day at workouts, man, like don't take this workout for granted. Don't take the game for granted because you guys know how, like I know, man, the game can be over quick. The basketball goes flat, and then you got to figure out what's next for you. You know what I'm saying? So when you are playing this game of basketball that you say you love, man, just give it everything you got. I wasn't the best player. I wasn't like the most highlighted player when I played in high school, but I gave it everything I had. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like from diving on the
Mm-hmm.
ground, guarding bigger guys. sacrificing and starting, coming off the bench, like just mentally, I was a great teammate when it comes to like trying to win and do whatever it took to win.
Yeah.
So I'll just tell the kids, man, just especially if you're a senior, man, just give it everything you got your senior year because when it hits March and maybe you win a state championship, maybe you not. But when that last game over and you got to take that jersey off for the last time, and they got to put it in that bucket for the last time,
Mm-hmm.
then that's when your mind start wondering like, what's next, and you don't got nothing next. So I just tell
Yeah.
kids, man, take every game, play it like it's your last, every practice, every pregame meal, every bus ride, man. If I can go back and do that again, I would love to, and I'm pretty sure you guys feel the same exact way. Like those the best memories of
Yeah.
just being a kid and just playing ball with my brothers. So yeah, I would tell them this, just play every game like it's your last, man.
OG,
So,
what you got for him?
I mean, piggyback off of what Rod said. I mean, hey, I'm 49. I'm still trying to play in 30 and up leagues because it calls you. Like it calls you, man. And I tell them the main thing I try to tell them is you're gonna get out of this sport what you put in. If you put in half, you're gonna get out half. If you put in
Mm-hmm.
full, you still might get out half, but you're gonna feel a lot better about yourself because you put in full and you was all in. I tell them that this basketball is a tool for discipline. It could take you somewhere, it might not, but the game itself can give you so much discipline, so much, so many life lessons, so much that it can change your perspective each and every day because you're getting up with a goal in mind. Now, is it always going to be glory? No. Is it a lot of
Yeah.
heartache? Yes. But if you can get through it, you can take on anything in life.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I tell I tell the whoever want to listen, any sport that you discipline in and that you love and that you put 110% in, you're
Mm-hmm.
going to get something back out of it positive.
Yeah.
Might not
Yeah.
get a D1, 2, 3 scholarship. You might not go pro. You might not. Who knows? But at the end of the day, I promise you, if you put in and you're disciplined and you listen and you're coachable and you just on board with what's going on, you're
Mm-hmm.
going to get more out of it than you would think. But
Yeah.
don't always, I'll tell them, always be humble, always be respectful,
Yeah.
always treat people the way you want to be treated. And
Right.
life lessons will come, and they'll come ways that you will be just developed and ready for whatever comes next.
Yeah. I'll keep it short, man. I would always tell the kids, look at yourself as a brand. You know, what you're putting on social media, when you're out and about with your friends, what you do at home. Just look at yourself as a brand because somebody's always watching.
Right.
Again, we weren't able to get these jobs as head coaches if somebody didn't think of our character,
Right.
right?
Back.
Because I mean, basketball will take you a long way, but you had to build character along that way. And so,
Right.
I would always say, man, look at yourself as a brand. Young players, if you're watching this, uh, your social media matters. That's a big thing, especially when you're talking about college coaches and recruiting. And then I would say also make sure that you put in the work, like especially when we're talking about the stuff outside of basketball with your grades, um, even with your recruiting. Don't always wait on the coaches to do it. When
Right.
you are able to get on social media and send emails and do the work yourself, schedule tours, fill out applications, like these are all things that's considered pre-process. So if
Yep.
you can do those things, that's half the battle. So I would say, look at yourself as a brand and put in the work for yourself. Guys, y'all got anything else, man? This is I love talking about basketball.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We've been on here an hour and 20 minutes. Really, we could go another 35 minutes talking about basketball. Man. So again, episode 2, Hall of Famer Josh Pittman.
The
Uh,
GOAT.
we
One of
got
the
my boy
legends.
Rod on here
Legends.
on our podcast. This will be up tonight, man. And I hope y'all enjoy, man. Josh, we appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate you,
Man,
Josh.
before y'all go, I appreciate y'all. I thank y'all. I love y'all. Y'all keep doing what y'all doing. Don't let nobody deter anything that y'all got planned because it's y'all's. Y'all own it. Y'all have earned it. Rod, I'm proud of you, bro. I know you. We all got this out the mud.
Yeah.
and now we finally putting on some nice slippers.
Right.
So keep grinding, man. Good and bad, keep grinding. Keep showing up for them kids. Keep doing what y'all doing.
Yeah.
Keep that respect in your heart, and it's all love, man. I appreciate it.
Man, we appreciate you too, bro. Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Y'all be good, man.